What's good, B-Sounds? It's your boy, Kit Kinraid, and this one might be coming a little late, I'm sorry. 3 months ago, when all the gyms closed down and cast iron cost more than gold, might have been a more useful time, but if you're still training from home or have a minimalist setup, maybe you've got 2 sandbags, one's too light, one's too heavy, I'm about to drop some knowledge bombs on you. And hopefully you'll come away with a way of making big gains with little weights. The squad and I have been training from our respective homes during lockdown with varying equipment and in most cases, not a great deal of weight. So there have been a couple of variables we've been manipulating to make that not a lot of weight feel like, oh geez, that's enough weight. And they're these. Tempo. Adding a tempo to any exercise is going to up your time and attention, which is going to up your mechanical tension, which is the main driver of hypertrophy. So if you can't get under a heavy weight, adding a tempo is really going to help you get them gains. I tend to go for a T5 tempo, so 3 second negative, 1 second hold, 1 second concentric. You can also measure this as a 3-1-1-0 tempo, as in 3 second eccentric, 1 second isometric, 1 second concentric, 0 seconds rest. Or you could do 5-2-1-2 or 3-1-1-1 or whatever the hell you want. Literally roll some dice. Unilateral training. Anything you can do with 2 limbs, you can at least adapt to work one side more than the other. So let's take squats. Obviously, 100% on the unilateral side would be the pistol squat. Maybe you aren't there yet. Well, easier than that would be a shrimp squat. But between that and a weighted squat, what is there? Well, I give you the 80-20. One flat foot, take half a step back and up on the toes of that back foot to deter yourself from putting too much weight through it. Hang your weight over that one flat foot and make sure you're putting as much tension as possible through that one leg. Squat, hips back, chest up, knee traveling in the direction your foot is pointed. Now, even if you're used to squatting a ton of weight and now you're only squatting a kettlebell or sandbag or something, this is still going to be a challenge. You are still going to be making gains this way. You got basically a unique stimulus, lots of extra stabilization happening. Combo this with a tempo, whew, smells like gains. Manipulating range of motion. Normally, I'm all about maximum range of motion. Strength is range specific. So if you're only getting strong here, you want to get strong here. You know what I'm saying? Well, I want to be strong all over. Don't you? Yes? Yes. Okay, we're agreed. 100% range of motion, 100% of the time, no exceptions. Except in this case, where we want to use little weights for big gains, whatever part of the rep is a rest, def it off. The top of a squat where you lose tension because you're just stacked, def it off. Top of a press where you're stacked, def it off. Bottom of a sit-up where you're just lying down, def it off. Without that momentary respite, the metabolic stress, which is another driver of hypertrophy, is going to build, and the pain, and the pump, and the glory, and that light weight is going to feel pretty heavy pretty soon. Isometrics. Related to tempo, this is just manipulating that time and attention again. You can add an isometric to any rep you're doing, but consider this. If you only have Wii weights and you're doing curls, do a 90-degree hold before and after your set. When that starts to really burn, then start your full range of motion reps. Then when you run out again, hold, fight it all the way down. If you want to do squats, but you only have a little weight, do a horse stance or a wall sit first. Feel the burn, and when you feel like you're getting there, you're primed, whack out your full range of motion squats. It's gonna burn. Volume. You might be used to low reps for power, 8 to 12 gets you big, 12 plus is endurance. That's not completely incorrect, but it's also not the whole story. If you're looking to build some muscle, get strong, make some gains, what's actually important is getting sufficiently close to failure. So, take your exercise, let's continue with squats for example. Instead of doing squats, we're doing 80-20. We're gonna add a T5 tempo. We're gonna def off the top 10% of the movement. Let's be honest, this is now a monster exercise. Now rinse this set until you're 1 or 2 reps short of failure. And I mean real failure, not, oh, this is gonna become uncomfortable in a couple of reps. I mean, I literally can't, won't move, oh no, oh, I'm going down, oh no, oh no. You're gonna be feeling things that you wouldn't expect to be feeling under such a modest weight, and your body will have no choice but to adapt to that stimulus. And that adaptation is gonna be you getting huge. Moment arm. Obvious one, but I thought I would mention it for the sake of punctiliousness. The closer the weight is to the pivot point, the lighter it's going to feel. So if you're doing weighted sit-ups and you've got the weight plate on your stomach, move it to your chest. Heavier again, move it to your head. Heavier again, move it to straight arms above the head. It's going to feel heavier, it's going to keep feeling heavier, it's going to keep giving you more stimulus. You're going to grow. Shorten the rest periods. No, just don't do it. Of all the options, why pick this one? Yes, train close to failure, but that doesn't mean one and done it. I am all for rest pauses on your last set, but crushing the life out of your rests is going to really throttle your ability to get any meaningful volume. You're going to end up sacrificing form to get through it, and yes, you will end up feeling buggered, but will it lead to anything useful? Are you training to feel buggered? Yes, to a degree. I like it, it's good for my mental, but over the long term, if you're just training to feel exhausted, spinning your wheels and not seeing the progress that you want to see, you aren't going to keep it up. Let's make you tired the right way. Let's get the results. Let's see some progress and feel gosh darn good about it. Don't be afraid of rest, all right? It's good for you. Rest is when you grow. You don't grow doing the pull-ups. You do damage during the pull-ups and then you repair and you become stronger when you're resting, when you're noshing your ramen down. When you're asleep, that's when you get big. So I'm not saying just eat ramen and Smarties. Who even mentions Smarties? No one mentions Smarties. Stop thinking about Smarties. You're on a diet. Christ alive. Well, that's that, my friends. I hope you can look at your little pink kettlebell with renewed respect and fear. Plenty of ways to move forward and make progress without spending all your money or putting yourself in a situation that is less than ideal right now. If you found any of this useful, please consider subscribing. You would be doing me a personal solid. And as always, my friends, get them gains. Be well.